The civil war in Sudan has raged for over a year and has no end in sight. Between 30,000 and 150,000 people have been killed in the conflict, depending on what source you deem credible.
These leaders of global...
But with the city of El Fasher now the center of the action, many are predicting that tens or even hundreds of thousands more could be killed. Back in 2006, the fighting over Darfur got the world's attention. Then Senator Barack Obama led rallies in Washington, D.C. calling for intervention.
With oil prices, we were at our conference lunch today.
Then Senator Joe Biden introduced a bill in Congress calling on NATO to intervene to halt the genocide in Sudan. About 1.5 million people lost their lives at that time.
And more than 500,000 displaced by violence.
South Sudan eventually became the world's newest country, in part because the international community got involved in trying to stop the bloodshed. Now the world is focused on the conflict in Gaza. Now President Joe Biden tweeted about Israel or Gaza at least 107 times since the October 7, 2023 Hamas attacks that started the war with Israel. Since the conflict in Sudan began more than a year ago, the American leader has tweeted about Sudan 4 times.
I have had tremendous support from the State Department and the interagency. All the way.
The U.S. has at least appointed a special envoy. Tom Perello has pushed ceasefire talks and generated some interest from the American government.
Because I think we see the same every day.
But the rest of the world has mostly ignored the situation, including Sudan's neighbors.
For his important.
In April, as the war hit 1 year, aid groups noted that the International Humanitarian Response Plan to aid the Sudanese was only 6% funded.
She was among the first to flee the fighting almost a year ago.
With the war in Ukraine dragging on and potentially an immediate threat to European security, it is hard to see the EU getting more interested in Sudan. It will take some extraordinary efforts from Africans to focus attention there. The African Union, the Intergovernmental Authority on Development, IGAD, the East African Community, all need to cry for help. Support from foreign actors needs to be removed from the equation. Sanctions or other economic pressure must be put on the warring sides. Heroic action is needed to prevent a catastrophe that could again result in the deaths of millions. ADN TV will continue to report on conflicts across Africa and around the world.
Came in December and started in Omdurman.